How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing absolutely fantastic, guys. I'll go through the comment section in just 1 second. Okay, I need you guys to smash up the like button right away on your way in. Market is opening right now. The S&P 500 US stock market opening right now, and we are going to analyze the situation. Are we going to see some pumpy action here for the S&P 500 in the next coming hours, or are we going to have a massive drop? We're going to analyze the situation. Analysis hasn't changed for Bitcoin. Okay, this is the scenario that I'm looking for. You know the deal. In the next coming days, okay, it might take 3 days, it might take 4 days, it might take 5 days. By the looks of things, it could take even up to 10 days, all right, to reach to these levels. I've been taking a look at fib time also, and everything indicates also that we could be arriving there around about the 10th of March. All right, it is the 1618 from this drop, okay, and this correction over here. Then this means that potentially we are going to arrive there on the 10th of March if everything continues to the upside. All right, so this is something that we're going to analyze. Nothing has changed just too much. We are taking a look at Bitcoin here on the 30-minute chart, because yesterday we were talking about, you know, this potential drop and this major bounce from this range. We talked about two scenarios here, and this was either breaking to the upside from this range or breaking down to this exact level, guys. This was mentioned on yesterday's live stream, where we did get a massive bounce. And you might think to yourself, why did we get a bounce from this range? Because we had huge amount of volume here. As you can see, this is one of my favorite bullish setups, okay, bearish or bullish, where you retest the back of a big major drop with volume, you break above it with high volume, and you come to retest right here in the correction the back of this major drop with big volume, guys. As you can see on the chart, you can take a look at it on the 1 hourly, potentially better, so you can see it zooming in here on the chart. As you can see right over here, right, this big drop that we did have, and also big volume here, and the back of this volume, it seems like it was getting supported very nicely. So definitely a major level to become bullish, in my personal opinion. Of course, we talked about a range where we could consolidate. This is why if you use too much leverage, you could get easily stopped out. But if you are willing to ladder in your position here at this range, this was a potential good long opportunity, in my personal opinion. You guys know this if you watched yesterday's live stream. Seems like Bitcoin is getting a bit of a pump. It looks like that the stock market is also getting a small pump, not much of a pump here. If we zoom in, nothing too exciting. It's been in a small uptrend all day. So yes, let's analyze the situation. Maybe we want to fill the gap all the way up here at 4,380 points. This is the S&P 500. If we take a look at the futures, we probably have a gap at that range. Anyway, we're going to analyze some other cryptos such as Matic Network, any altcoins that you guys want. Make sure to smash up that like button right away. 180 watching at this moment. Let's dive in, guys. So far, not looking too bad. We'll do some analysis here in the immediate short term for some potential scalping opportunities. Right, let me dive in here straight away through the comment section. Say hello. But and you guys, if you want to share your analysis, we can take a look at it on also on the stream. Make sure to put, you know, is there a bull flag here, or what level, this level is, this daily level, this weekly level, this pattern, that pattern. We'll analyze it and we can take a look at it also, of course. So what's up, my crypto legends? Anyesu, how are you doing? Carlo, can't wait to hear your TA before the US Open. US is open right now, but like I said, Bitcoin is looking pretty good, right? I'm zooming out and I'm seeing this scenario. I zoom out and I already see the price of BTC defending, you know, a higher low right there. And this is looking at the daily chart. It is true that we have been in a big downtrend. Looks like that we want to pop out with the slightly high highs, slightly higher lows. This is telling me that we do want to have that push to the upside. This is in the mid-term, right? I'm talking in the next week or two. Short term, we can expect that volatility. Now, if you did long this area, this is definitely a good area to take some profits. Of course, you want to target like the top of the range here. If you did long this level, of course, this is a good take profit range. What could happen right now? Could we have a correction? Well, it looks like this is pretty strong. We do have a pretty strong pump here, so we could actually consolidate and continue to the upside. This looks like that we are going to get away from this level by the looks of things. So yeah, guys, let me go through the comment section, say hello. A lot of things that we want to talk about. I want to go through the comment section. Of course, community is first thing. Smash that like button, says Mark Dutch. Thank you very much for the insane support. Good day, fellow, says Super Focused. How are you doing, my man? Good morning, Andy. I've joined Crypto Legends. You've added another to your wolf pack. Thank you very much, Jonathan, for joining the membership. Nordkin, hello, how are you doing? Right, Benjamin, how are you? Joining the live stream. Hi, Andy, my man. I will follow you until the 5th Inferno. You are the best. She's from Lima. Thank you very much, Abid. Yeah, very much appreciated. You know the deal. Here we're just giving opinions, technical analysis, potential scenarios, guys. If you did not watch yesterday's live stream, of course, we're taking a look at 2 scenarios. We talked about this major range. Okay, there were some opportunities here for scalping, of course, because you're basically bouncing in between resistance and support. There were quite a lot of opportunities, but we focused on yesterday's live stream, and you can check that out. You know, these 2 scenarios, we either, you know, create this bull flag and continue to the upside, or we either come down to that $37,000 range. Okay, and you can check the live stream from yesterday if you did not, and this was going to be a major level to potentially start looking for long opportunities, all the way down here. Okay, so between this range and this range was going to be very interesting, and we did get that big bounce. Okay, so far so good. Let's see if we can get above big major resistance levels. I'm in a swing long position, guys, on Bybit. If you are interested, make sure to check out the Bybit account down below. The link, sorry, you get an insane bonus. I get a small commission. There's no secret of that. Of course, I do get a commission because I do use this platform. And if you use my link, you get the best bonus, and I get a very nice commission also. The market is flipping, says Nordkin. Right, let's take a look at here the comment section. How is everyone doing? Andy, hi Andy, says Andreas. How are you doing, Andreas? Hope everyone is doing very well. Congrats everyone who longed at 37.6. This may well be the bottom, says Evo. Very possible. The epic crash is imminent. Rene Montenegro, we got here one of the biggest bears from the community, that we are going to crash to much lower levels. It is very possible, of course. ADA, and also take a look at AVAX for Jeff. Mario says ADA, Jeff says AVAX. Let's take a look at ADA and also AVAX straight away here for the guys in the community. I think an imminent bounce is likely. I think we were talking about this on yesterday's stream, potentially looking at ADA, where we are at very low levels. A potential bounce is likely. Now, is this bounce going to be extremely bullish, or is it just going to be a continuation, okay, of a lower high? And this is the most likely scenario. But the bounce to that $1 area for ADA, it looks imminent, okay? It looks like imminent because we have consolidated here. Big macro, lower lows. What happens when you create a low, when you break support levels? Every time you break support levels, you finally get that bounce at some point. So this looks like the ADA is getting that bounce, okay, and is going to go to that $1 range, okay? We talked about this yesterday. That 80-cent level, we dropped all the way to 75 cents. 80 cents was a major level. As you can see on the 4 hourly, we just got a bit of volatility. We are managing to get that support, okay? It looks like very likely we are going to pump to this $1 level, okay, in the next coming hours. Potentially it might be a couple of days. This is a major resistance zone, guys. We are going to pay attention here on ADA because it might be a good shorting opportunity. We got the biggest resistance, I would say, that we've ever had for ADA. And why is that? Because it's been such a big solid level as support. As you can see on the chart, we just have wicks at this range, dipping below $1 slightly. This one didn't dip below $1. This one didn't either. This is $1.02. So it is a major range. So if the ADA does pump to this area, don't become extremely bullish while it's pumping, because you know this might be a great selling opportunity, because like I said, you know, we are in a big macro bearish trend here, and there's no signs of bottoming out anytime soon here for ADA. So you know, the ideal here for a bottoming out would be getting that kind of price action and going sideways for quite some weeks, or at least for a few days, and then finally, you know, potentially break the $1 range and break the last lower high, one of the last lower highs, when you find a nice round formation. Okay, we don't see any round formation still. We are still in a pretty aggressive downtrend on ADA. Look at this, we were just hitting the lows a couple of days back. So yeah, dead cat bounce, very likely. Watch out for the $1 level, guys. We are in a big macro trend to the downside. So let's take a look at AVAX here quick, very quick, guys. What's going on with the stock market? Very important. Are we getting that massive rejection here on Bitcoin? No, Bitcoin's still looking pretty good. Stock market having a correction, slightly small correction, a lot of volatility on the opening. Let's take a look at AVAX right away. AVAX is holding pretty nicely this range. We got a scenario here for AVAX where we are creating higher lows right there. I think we are going to range in between, you know, the $65 and $90 for the next few days. All right, so this range can be very good for opportunities. As you can see, we do have the support of the higher lows, we do have the resistance of the lower highs. And I think it's pretty clear the kind of action that we need to wait for right now. Obviously, you can scalp here, taking a look at the daily, taking a look at the major levels. But I want to do macro analysis on altcoins, taking a look at daily or 4 hourly. And, you know, if we do have a successful breakout above $100, which I see very hard, it's very hard here for this, for AVAX. Successful breakout, big breakout, you know, nice corrections here will be good for trading to the upside, because we want to break above this big macro lower high that we've created. Now that is the biggest resistance that AVAX has got right now, which is at $100. Of course, if we do manage to break this low right over here, this wick, it is very likely that these lows over here from January at the $50, low $50 range is just going to be almost imminent, right? We don't want to lose this level. If you don't want the price to come lower, we need to get above this $100 if we want the price to come much higher for ADA, right? Yeah, not much to add more here on ADA. There was a coin, and I guess someone will ask for Solana at some point. Is it Solana? Solana is creating massive big bullish divergence on the daily chart, creating insanely big lower lows, as you can see on the price action, and big higher lows on the RSI. This is pretty bullish. I'm not going to say insanely bullish, but it is very bullish, where we are getting defended by that, you know, $80 range over here, as you can see, currently trading at 93, but getting defended at this range. You know, this very much looks like it's a descending wedge, and we are potentially going to get we are getting a breakout now. It's not a successful breakout just yet, but with these bullish divergence on Solana on the daily, we do have a chance, in my personal opinion, to at least come all the way up to this high over here, this last lower high, which is this one. at the $120 approximately. I think it's very, very possible that we are going to attempt to break this level. Of course, we could fail, and this is just going to be a, a double top, a slightly lower high right there. But I do see the bulls fighting at this level. There are some signs here for Solana. Let's take a look at inverse head and shoulder on BTC, says Toxic Catty. Let's take a look at this straight away, of course. I'm trying to go through the comment section here as fast as I can. Let me just take a look at Bitcoin here on another chart, so we can just do some clean charting here for some potential patterns here that the community are saying. And I think I know what you are talking about this inverse head and shoulder. And this is looking at the 4 hourly, the 2 hourly maybe, or the 1 hourly. Let's go to the 2 hourly. And yes, I mean, I think I've seen this on Twitter somewhere, where we do have this kind of inverse head and shoulder, right? You could potentially say not the most beautiful, slightly ascending neckline, but yeah, it very much looks like where you do have this left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, right over here. We would have to clearly break $40,000, and we want to be very, very cautious. I wouldn't be too bullish on this one, because the amount of resistance, if this were to be a textbook inverse head and shoulder, you're getting the head from the low part to the neckline, from the breakout, depending on where it breaks out, it could take you to that, $45,000. No doubt in my mind, we are going to get there. In my personal opinion, with looking at the probabilities and some patterns that I'm looking at, but it's not going to be an easy ride. You might have a breakout, and you might have a pretty sharp correction here, dipping slightly below the neckline, and then continue to the upside. It's going to be a little bit of a volatile movement. So, if you are, a lot of people breakout trade, and this is the thing, when you breakout trade, people get excited, they get into longs, then you have a big kind of long squeeze, and then potentially you are going to continue to the upside. So stay very, very cautious. But yeah, this could be a potential inverse head and shoulder right over here. And like I said, it would make sense. It would make sense, this consolidation and this consolidation, it would make sense to make the price go to the upside, to attempt to hit that, $45,000, $46,000, and even slightly above this range. Like I said, retail traders are going to get very bullish once it looks like that we are going to break the $47,000 range. And then here, I'm going to be looking for some short opportunities. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to see the reaction of the candlesticks on the 15-minute, on the 1 hourly chart, and then I'll potentially step in for a short position if we do get to that range, okay? And everything's pointing out that we could. Anyway, I'll be informing you this, obviously, on daily videos, on live streams, of course. Absolutely, guys. You will know my trading plan also. Hi from Transylvania, says Martin. How are you doing? Barely missed a large scalp while heating breakfast, says Jonathan Martin. Well, there's opportunities every single day. This is the good thing about the crypto market, or any market. There are opportunities every single day, which is absolutely phenomenal. If you love trading, if you love taking a look at levels and potential areas where you could bounce, reject, there's always opportunities in the market, which is absolutely fantastic. And sorry, because of this messy chart, I'm going to clean up a chart, guys, and I will do a video or a live stream detecting major levels with all of you, right? We're going to take a look at daily levels, weekly levels, big levels of consolidation. And I'm just going to make you, sometimes you need to clean up the chart, because you just take a look at levels, and you put lines everywhere, you put them different colors so you remember where they are. And then when I'm doing a video or a live stream, you might think, what the hell has this guy got on his chart? All of these lines. So yeah, it is nice to clean the chart and just go from zero sometimes, because then you just get a big cluster, or organize them here on TradingView. So this is something that I need to do much better. Organize my lines and indicate why they're there, where they're coming from, But I do know because of the colors, but doing the videos or live streams is a bit messy, and I will make them, you know, much better for the community. Very important. If I want to grow the channel, if we want to be successful traders, you two guys, I want you guys to learn, the ones that are not, that are very new. I know some of you are experienced, but people that are new, show them, you know, how to draw these levels and mark them properly, not like this mess that I got on the chart. Obviously for you guys, you might think, what has this guy got on the chart? Falling broadening wedge. Okay, Mario, this must be this falling broadening wedge. Is this on the 1 hourly? Is this Bitcoin that you're talking about? Falling broadening wedge. Yeah, we would have to let me know the time frame and if it's Bitcoin or not. And yeah, because if you do not let me know what time frame it is and what asset, of course I can't look at it. So Mario Gomez, let me know in the comment section. Can you take a look at Riot and Mara? Okay, I'll take a look at Riot. What is Riot? Yeah, if I take a look at two, then I'm going to just take a lot of time, and I know a lot of people want me to take a look at different altcoins. Riot, US dollar. We haven't got any price data here on Riot. I don't know what is this. Riot Races. Okay, is this like a gaming NFT project? Riot Races is a play to earn car racing game. Okay, so what, I guess you want me to take a look at the project. All right, this is in Spanish right now. Play to earn, cars, mechanic shops, gas station. Okay, I just guessed it. I guess this is just a play to earn game. I'm not sure if it's, obviously I can't do the research right now on a live stream because it's going to take ages, you know, taking a look at the white paper, the team, you know, the Telegram, Twitter. You need to do your research. I have no idea if this is going to be successful or not. We haven't got any price data on the chart, so we cannot do any analysis, unfortunately. But join the Telegram group. You can tag me there and I can always take a look at it. Right, let me take a look. Dava, Mark Dirch, I have my community here. My moderators, thank you very much for the insane support. XRPTA, please, Andy, says Abdullah. Let's take a look at this. Right. You think Chainlink can be thousands in 5 years over? Okay, Chainlink price prediction. I think it can get above $1,000, but first we need to get above $100. I'm not too optimistic, that optimistic with Chainlink. Of course, I think Chainlink will reach over $100 in the next coming years. Very, very likely. A few $1,000. Come on, man. Calm down. You know, multiplying your money nowadays 3 or 4x is already a lot. So I know a lot of people want to multiply their money by 20, by 50, or by 100. But yeah, I think realistic price target for the next coming years is $100. I am a moon boy, but I've also got my foot on the ground, right? Let's take a look at. I've taken a look at AVAX already. Andy's ground and TA is what keeps me coming back to watch daily. Super focused. Thank you very much. XRP, that was the one. XRP. Let's take a look at XRP straight away. And I think XRP was looking not too bad. It was looking all right. There was a scenario here on XRP where it did look like that we were breaking, where was it? A symmetrical triangle or a descending triangle. Right, let me zoom out here on XRP quickly. I did have some patterns here somewhere. I can't. Right, never mind. Anyway, zooming out here on XRP. It is true that we are hitting a critical range right now. The good thing about this, you know, is it's very hard to say, guys, because I mean, bounce is imminent. Of course, bounces are imminent. We are in a very, very aggressive downtrend, just to keep it pretty clear. I mean, to start becoming bullish, we would have to have such a big, massive bullish momentum. because if we don't, we're just creating big macro lower highs, as you can see on the chart. Something that we did find out here on XRP was this kind of descending triangle, symmetrical triangle, was looking very, very bearish. It did look like you were going to have a breakout, but as you can see on the 4 hourly, you just had a fake out right there, came back in, and yeah, you could arguably discuss that descending triangle or a symmetrical triangle. And this one finally broke support, as you can see. Where did it go to? It went to a major zone of consolidation, and we did get a beautiful bounce. So far, so good on XRP, not looking too bad. It looks like that we want to attempt to break this range. If we do see a nice breakout, then it's going to be looking pretty good. Expect the price of XRP to hit that 90-cent level, this top of this range. I just want to look right now to see if we are forming a harmonic pattern. 78. Yeah, I think we could regain these highs in the next coming days or couple of weeks. We could go to that 90-cent range if we do see Bitcoin playing out this scenario over here of right over here, this this bearish Gartley pattern. I think XRP, of course, will also be pumping. Okay, I am looking for Bitcoin to actually break above slightly that $46,000, hit that range, and we're having a little bit of pumpy action right now on Bitcoin. So XRP is very likely to also hit that level. Now I'm looking at what kind of a harmonic pattern could we be forming right here for XRP, but it is looking pretty good. 78%. This is also good. You got another 78% right there. Let me just check the harmonic cheat sheet, guys. You can actually get this yourself. Get a screenshot. I got you. You know, there are many harmonic patterns, as you can see here, different ones. Okay, the fib retracement Fibonacci's, all depending on where you're going to hit. But this could be a bearish butterfly right there. 1.61 and 0.8. So yeah, this could have a little bit of more bullish momentum actually. All depending on, definitely regaining this high is very possible. Regaining this high in the next coming, you know, I would say it's not going to be days, of course. I think it will be at least a couple of weeks, all right? You know, at least around about the 15th of March, gaining this high. And we need to be super cautious on there. This is maybe going to be a very good bearish scenario here where you are going to come much lower. So let's take a look at Bitcoin, because I think Bitcoin's having a little bit of pumpy action right here. Bitcoin having a little bit of pumpy action, and are we going to get heavily rejected? Are we going to continue to the upside? This is the question. What major levels we need to break successfully? Let me take a look at the 1 hourly. It's going to be very difficult for Bitcoin to get to $46,000, of course. Like I said, there are big resistance levels, okay, at, you know, in between $41,000 and $42,000. There's big resistance. We got the point of control right there. We got big support right over here that's going to turn into resistance, and we've got this big consolidation, guys. I hope you can see this okay on the chart. So 618 from this major drop, you know, expect the price to have some kind of reaction at this level in a potential small correction, maybe all the way down to the levels that we are currently right now. So this is the thing, guys. I do not know where the price is going to go. Okay, just to have a plan, guys. When you're trading, you need to have the plan, and you need to trade the plan. How do you trade the plan? Well, you know, there's a plan right there right now, okay, where you do have a big level I'm not going to become bullish if I start seeing the price pumping in the next coming hours. And you know, wow, this Bitcoin's pumping, looking absolutely great. We're going to start hitting that $41,000, $42,000 range with a little bit of volatility. I am going to be looking for a potential short right there. So I got short mentality right here for a short, okay, and also right over here. Getting into long right now is risky because, you know, we are still in this big range. So this is the thing, you want to have a plan, and that is a beautiful plan right there. $41,000, $42,000, just so strong resistance that the price will have very, very likely some kind of major big pullback, especially if we go there up there very, very fast. If we do get up there in the next, you know, 1-2 days, it's going to be very interesting, guys, how we're going to react to this level, because there is almost, I mean, you can't use definitely as a trader, but the probabilities in making some money there for a short, for a slight short here, I would pick up profits very, very fast, because we will be getting supported from big ranges here. And it's where, you know, look at the gap here on the VPVR. I think there is a chance we get rejected and we come down to the start of the VPVR right there, which is at the 39.5. So you got about almost a $2,000 potential move to the downside right there. So yeah, make sure to have a plan, guys. I mean, this is going to be my plan. Obviously, I am longing, but I am swing trading long this idea. I will, you know, I'm swing trading along this idea. I'll be looking for shorts there, and then I'll be trading the potential movements. It's funny because a lot of people look for predictions if we are going to go up or down now, and I don't know is my first answer, and it doesn't matter. My second answer, don't know and doesn't matter. What I do know is what levels where is Bitcoin going to get a reaction, okay? And that is the moment, you know, where you need to step in and trade, of course. Andy Cheers from the Netherlands says, Jeff, no worries, my man. One please, says Raul. Let's take a look at one coin. And obviously looking at all these altcoins, of course, this is just looking at, you know, I can't do a real proper analysis in 5 minutes on something, but I don't mind, you know, looking at some levels here, a little bit of entertainment purposes, where we could bounce, where we could find supports, maybe look at volume. And right, this is not charging right now, not loading. Why isn't this one loading? Right, there we go. We got something here. Well. It's not looking great. We did get a bounce from this level. We also got a major level here in the purple where we have been bouncing a lot. And we do have a big major resistance right now. Just looking at these levels, going to be very, very hard for one to get above this range. It is possible that we are forming a gigantic descending wedge right there. This could end up in a bullish momentum. There's no bullish divergence just yet. Yeah, watch out for OneCoin because there's such a big level right there. If we start pumping here and having a little bit of consolidation, stay cautious. We might get heavily rejected at that 17 cents on OneCoin. So yeah, only if Bitcoin is really bullish and does manage to go up to that $47,000 area, then you could see OneCoin breaking this major resistance at 17 cents. If we do break this resistance, it will be looking pretty bullish. If you want to see, if you're having a big successful breakout here, you know, wait patiently for the price, because price is not going to go up forever and in a straight line. It will have some type of consolidations and pullbacks, and this is where you want to get in. If you do get above this resistance, it will be turning into a pretty strong support, the 17-cent level. So far, we are getting supported right there from this 12-cent range. Bounce there. You know, if you're falling rapidly, you need to watch for the next level. And looking at this chart, you know, this, you could see there's a major support. There's been resistance right there. Resistance, you know, it is a major level, this orange box, and you got that beautiful bounce from that range. So game plan here would be waiting patiently. You potentially will get rejected at this range and come back down as it's strong resistance. So that is a potential small scalp opportunity, swing trade. Actually, this is going to take quite a few days. But if it does break this range, this area is going to be a beautiful area for trading opportunities right there. In between this box, and that and this box over here. So in between this red box and this area, there's going to be big trading opportunities right there. You know, you could potentially short opportunity here, potential long opportunity there, because you're going to start trading in between big major levels on one coin. Okay, so I would stay cautious on that area. There's going to be a lot of trading opportunities there. Will we break 41,000 today, says Dark Lord? I don't know. How's S&P doing? S&P is not doing much. S&P is having a little bit of a dumpy action right now. Question of the day: will Bitcoin break $41,000 a day? Well, like I said, $42,000 is insane big resistance. Right there, we can take a look at VPVR. I mean, this is the thing. The wall starts at $41,000. So I think we could reach $41,000. From 41, we are going to see a little bit of volatility. I think, you know, I wouldn't mind shorting, actually. I wouldn't mind shorting that $41,000. If we take a look at fib levels from this high to the low, golden pocket takes us at 41.4. But if we take a look at fib levels from this major bounce to the lows of the drop, it is 40.7, the fib levels. So, I mean, in between 40.7 and 41.4, I might be looking for a potential short there, a little short scalp, because I am mid-term bullish. But if we pump there very, very fast, well, no doubt that we are going to get some type of rejection. And your question might be, where till? If you short there, where are you taking profits? This is the thing. Well, obviously, I short and long at resistance or support levels, take profit at support and resistance levels. So this is how you basically take your profits, right? Because you can't hope for a breakout. You can't hope that you're going to break out this range and continue up. You need to know that at this range, you have an insane amount of resistance. And if you're longing from all the way down here, all the way up here, and you have insane profit, and I'm just going to leave this trade because this one's going to go to the moon. And yeah, you're going to have a very, very aggressive drop. So this is the thing. Always take profit at major resistance levels. I mean, not always, and protect your position. If that makes any sense, of course. Can we do DAG, please, Andy? Absolutely, DAG. Constellation. I think we don't have... oh, we do have something here. Wow. Last time I did analysis was around this range, I guess. Look at this. As soon as we broke this big uptrend on Constellation, it was kind of game over, right? It was, that's it. We're going down. Right. To keep it clear, we've already got a reaction from that level. Unfortunately, we dropped all the way down to about 11 cents. That 10 cent, 11 cent range is a strong level of resistance that is turning into support. Look at this. I mean, this would have been a great quick long position right there. And this is actually a very good short opportunity. Just getting rejected from this range. We had a little bit of volatility. Very hard to say about this one. Let me take a look at VPVR levels. There's not too much support below us. Looking at the VPVR, obviously most of the volume is all the way down here. Smart investors buying up all of that Constellation below 0.5 cent. I think this one's very likely going to come down to 11 cents. We kind of lost here the a support level from these lower highs. Okay, you can't put an exact a perfect trend line here, but you are, you know, making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. You are breaking support. We did get a big wick on the daily, but we did have that sell-off here. Looking at the volume, I think Constellation has a chance to come down to retest that 11 cent range and then potentially get a double bottom scenario, because that 10-11 cent range is very strong. Looking at the daily, just, I mean, this is just quick analysis, guys. There's no major levels that I've put here on the chart. So stay very cautious. Hi Andy, can you take a look at right? I've taken a look at that one. Luna, please. Inverse head and shoulders pattern BTC 4 hourly. Yep, we've taken a look at that already. Inverse head and shoulder. Right. We haven't checked Coty in ages. When you have a chance, or we will do it later. Absolutely, I'll take a look at Coty also. Let's take a look at Luna and Nia protocol. Wow, Luna's going absolutely crazy. Luna's just gone. Obviously, it is a good project. There's been a lot of attention on Luna, and this right over here has been an accumulation zone. What can we expect for Luna? Are we going to retrace to? It's just going absolutely crazy. It's pumping right now as we're speaking. So I think Luna's going to get a reaction at the $85. If we continue pumping, I am going to short Luna, and I will short it all the way down to around about $75-$80 for a small scalp day trade or small swing trade. I don't know the timing, but there is definitely major resistance at $85. We're currently trading at $80 right now, so we want to break this resistance. If we start pumping here, I think we must be creating bearish divergence on the 4 hourly. I mean, this is not a perfect setup, but yeah, I'm probably going to short this on Bybit. Let's take a look at, because Luna is available on Bybit. I wouldn't mind shorting this actually. If we do get to $85, just a quick short position. Luna has just been going crazy for the last few days, guys. Remember, down below you have the best bonus available on Bybit. You get up to $4,100 worth of bonus and a 30% fee discount forever, guys, which is absolutely crazy bonus. Make sure to take advantage. This is only for experienced traders. I got a full video tutorial down below in the description if you want to learn how to use Bybit. Full platform review and tutorial to use it, guys, down below. So Luna, like I said, Luna has, I mean, this was absolutely crazy, this consolidation range. Of course, I didn't get into it long. I don't trade altcoins too much, but this consolidation right here was already looking pretty good. Could have we come much lower? Yeah, but this box area, I was looking at the high from this ascending broadening wedge, ascending cylinder. The highs and the lows was a very good accumulation zone, in my opinion. We didn't come nowhere close to lows at $38, but we came all the way down to around about 44, 45, you know, a couple of times there. Wow, it's going absolutely crazy. I think it will stop at some time. $85. I'm aiming at $85. Let me take a look at some. Ooh, it's just hitting the golden pocket right now. It's just hitting the golden pocket from the highs to the low. And golden pocket works like magic sometimes, so it's worth the risk for almost shorting right now. I think I'm going to wait, see how we get to $85. I mean, look at this drop over here. This would have been a bit higher than golden pocket. Yeah, this was the 7-8 from this high to this low. I mean, look at the golden pocket right there. You know, from this high over here to this low, the 618 was touched to perfection to the pip level. From the all-time high to the low, we are basically hitting that, you know, golden pocket. Oh, I think this is screaming for a short. This is basically screaming for a short position. Stop loss above $90. I'm going to wait, see if we can go have a little bit more volatility to the upside. Just get that last little wick, guys. Last little wick here. And this is something that I'm very interested. I don't usually trade altcoins, but large cap coins, yes, of course. Large cap coins, yeah, why not? If the opportunity is there, there's big money to be made. Bitcoin going absolutely crazy. I think Bitcoin is going to start hitting also that major resistance at, like I said, 40, 41, 41.5 is major levels that we want to take a look at. Be careful. Let me just take a look at some fib levels here from the high to the low, and from this high to this low for potential scalp opportunities. BTC pumping. Yeah, I think in between 40.7 and 41.4, that range over here is going to be maybe a good shorting opportunity for a scalp, okay? Because I am bullish in the midterm, okay? But, you know, as a trader, you know the deal. We need to take a look at shorts and longs at the same time. They can be scalps, they can be day trades. And also that big major level here on the VPVR, which starts around about $41,000. $41,000, I'll be paying very much attention to that level. Also on Luna, $45, $85, sorry. I am potentially going to short this. I'm going to start getting my leverage here ready. 9x is fine on a potential day trade. 85. Okay, right. Got my leverage ready, because I mean, this is the thing. This is unlikely. I know it is. scary to short this. But do you think that this is gonna, you know, do this? I mean, we have seen, this is crypto, you know, anything can happen, of course. But I would be very much interested to try and short this level. Of course, stop loss below this. Lower high would be a reasonable stop loss, and I would be aiming for that back down to that $75 or even $70 easily. Let's see. Let's wait for the kind of price action here. How's Bitcoin doing? Very exciting. Bitcoin pump. I think 41K is imminent at this moment. We're just a few $100s away. Let's watch out for that range. Guys, remember, you got the best bonuses on Prime XBT and also on Bybit. Make sure to check them out, guys. Great bonuses down below. On Prime XBT, you get 7% added to your deposit. Right, let's take a look. Andy, can you set an order to short Bitcoin at 41K and add a stop loss to that order on Bybit? Could you show me how to do that if you read that? Santi Marzoa. Yes, of course. I got a full tutorial down below. But yeah, just like right over here on Luna USDT, for example, if I am putting a limit order at $85 and I'm shorting the market here, then, you know, you have your sell short with take profit and stop loss. If you can see this on the right side, okay, right over here. Here you can put your take profit, and here you can put your stop loss. You can put, you know, I want to have 50% take profit, you know, of what I'm risking, and this is going to give you the actual, okay, target to take that profit, that 50% profit. But yes, of course, you can have a limit order. And here you have it. If you're selling, you can put your stop loss right there and your take profit. If you're longing, you can put your stop loss and take profit and enter your order. I got a full tutorial explaining everything down below on the video. It is a really complete tutorial, guys. So yeah, you got that tutorial down below. If you want, for all these questions, I answer all of those questions in the tutorial, of course. It's a tutorial to learn how to use it. Is Matic a good buy? Matic is a mid-long-term good buy. Yes, of course. Yeah. Matic is a very good boy. A very good buy. It's a lot of projects are getting built on Matic. And of course, Matic is the gas for the network. It's just, you know, like Ethereum or any other blockchain. It's going to do very, very well. And there is a possibility of Matic creating this kind of double bottom, slightly double bottom here. You know the deal. We have also bullish divergence on the daily chart. Sorry, look at this. Higher lows over here, lower lows over there. This is very bullish. I think we are going to have an attempt in breaking resistance at the $2. I love this price action. This price action is absolutely great. This does have a chance to come all the way to $2, and finally this, you know, this ascending brawling wedge is just not going to manage to break this low over here. It is very, very possible, especially after this consolidation. Absolutely. So Matic, a good buy. Mid long term, yes. Layer 2 solution, and a lot of projects are getting built up on Matic already. So yes, good buy in my opinion. Andy, how about Phantom? Fuse, please, Andy, would be greatly appreciated, said James. Let's take a look at Fuse right away. But, yeah, let's take a look at Fuse. Hang on 1 second, guys. Right, let's take a look at Fuse. Fuse US dollar. What is this? Unfortunately we don't have any data here on TradingView. I guess this one's on PooCoin or something, but we've only got till December, from December of 2021. Yeah, not much here to say on this chart. This is probably going to have a very, very long consolidation, boring area slightly to the downside. Very much looks like it is on the way for that. I have no idea of the project, what it is, What's the marketing behind it? So, I mean, this potentially, like a lot of the cryptos, is just going to go in a very, very boring, slightly sideways action, because this is what most of the cryptos are going to do, unfortunately. So if the project has got a lot of things to do, you know, marketing, you know, partnerships and rest of it, it could do well. But looking at the chart, this is just going to, it looks like this one's just going to enter a massive, slow, you know, boring sideways action for the next few months. Thanks for the TA on DAG, Andy. You the man. T-Gypt, thank you very much for joining the live stream. Bat, please. Andy says OT Eka. Absolutely. Let's take a look at basic attention token right away on the charts. See what is happening, what is going on basic attention. I think a long time since we haven't done analysis on this. This one created a beautiful ascending triangle right there. And what is going on right now? Long time since we haven't done analysis on this, all the way back here. Let's take a look, get some stuff out of the way. There is something good about this one, and this is that we haven't lost this low level. We are getting very strongly supported from this last higher low, right? Because you got this extreme low from the summer of 2021. We got this low over here. You are going to get a reaction at this range. You know, you almost hit it right there, having a massive big bounce. You're hitting it right now, you know, last couple of days. You are getting that bounce. You are potentially going to get a bigger bounce. You are going to get the bulls defending this range. Your question might be, where can we bounce to? Because it's fun to predict. It's fun to see where we could bounce because there's been a massive consolidation, but where till? Where are we going to get that bounce to? And you know, the next big thing you need to do is look at resistance range. So I like this consolidation. This consolidation area has, you know, big, you know, touches right there. It's got a big consolidation right there. And matter of fact, it is actually, you know, getting supported by that area. So this is a major level that I want to pay attention to. This range right there and that area, right? It is the top from this consolidation area, right? And also consolidation right there. You know, if you extend it, you see the price stopping at that level. I'm talking about that 80-cent range, just slightly below 80 cent. So price is very likely going to get a reaction to that 80 cent. Expect the price of BAT to come all the way up to 80 cent and get a potential reaction and roll back down, because remember, you are in a big bearish trend, right? So it would make sense that the price is getting that bounce all the way to 80 cents, and we are potentially going to struggle. So if Bitcoin does hit $46,000, $47,000, I think BAT will break 80 cents. Well, it's a 10-cent move. I mean, it might not go much higher than that if Bitcoin goes to 46K, 47K, but it potentially will attempt to try and break it and heavily get resistance from this higher low trend line potentially, or this level over here. If Bitcoin does pump to $47,000, $48,000 in the next week or two, expect basic attention token to hit that 80 cents and even hit the 95-cent level. And you need to be very, very cautious at that range. Do not be bullish at this area because you're hitting major resistance zone, as you can see on the basic attention token. I would be potentially looking for shorts. But yeah, shorting here is crazy. I think longing is much better in the case of basic attention token. So anyway, let's take a look at, got all of these cryptos. You guys are gonna yeah, Shiba Inu, please. Andy, I've got a super chat also. Please check Dodo. Just one, thank you very much for the super chat. Please check Dodo USDT in a falling wedge and on the daily on the daily time frame, let's take a look at this one, Dodo, and also I'll take a look at Shiba Inu afterwards. Why not? Dodo US dollar. Dodo US dollar. Let's see what's happening with this. Well, this one, yeah, descending wedge. I don't know why I've got this. Is this on the logarithmic? Yeah, this was on the logarithmic. Let me get this out of the way. It's just creating massive lower highs, as you can see. A descending wedge on the daily. Well, let me just analyze here, because descending wedge on the daily, it's very difficult, because where do you take the lows? From these lows right there, or do you take them from here and it's kind of breaking out? Yeah, it's not the most beautiful, but I get the point here. If this is the kind of descending wedge, or are you taking a look at a big macro descending wedge? Yeah, it's just not, it doesn't align very well. This is what we got for Dodo, though. I think it's a long time since we haven't analyzed this. We got a big resistance level at the 40-cent range, and this is currently where we are trading. I think this looks pretty good. Looks pretty good for a potential bounce. This is ready to bounce right now, in my personal opinion. You could see a potential bounce to the 75-cent level. I would be a little bit bearish at 75. Reason why is, you know, the amount of resistance that we do have above there is crazy. This is another crypto that's just creating nice big bullish divergence, lower lows on the price action, higher lows on the RSI. This is very, very bullish, guys. Remember, this is, you know, the cheat sheet of divergence. You can take this from Google and screenshot this, okay? You just get a screenshot from Google, and your bullish divergence right over here, when your RSI is creating higher lows, your price action is creating lower lows, very likely to get some kind of relief rally, some kind of a bounce, and this is just about to happen right now on Dodo. I wouldn't be surprised to see it trading at about 60 cents, you know, in a matter of a few days with that relief rally, right? So that, yeah, just quick analysis on Dodo. Of course, you don't want to be bearish down here. You want to be a little bit bullish and look at resistance levels to take profits, of course. Hi, Andy. Andy, I just subscribed to your channel. Could you please take a look at Sandbox? Absolutely. Grapefruit. I hope you're going to stay here for a long time. You're going to join the community, join the Telegram group, follow us on Twitter. And, you know, I'm also in the Telegram sometimes. So, you know, welcome to the community. Let's take a look at Sandbox for sure. We got 437 people watching, 200 likes. We can get to 300. I know you guys, we can. I am trying to take a look at a lot of the altcoins for you guys. Just doing some, you know, basic analysis, looking at support and resistance levels. Wow, Sandbox is looking absolutely great here for a potential bounce. We also having, no, we don't actually. We have exaggerated bullish divergence. This is when the price action creates a flat floor and the RSI makes higher lows. Okay, there is also these type of divergence. You can get the cheat sheet on Google and, you know, find out about these divergence. Look, exaggerated divergence down here. This means when the price goes flat and the RSI is making higher lows, these are exaggerated bullish divergence. So it's very, very likely on Sand that you are going to get that bounce here. Now, where is that bounce going to go to? Well, I have a box here already. We analyzed Sandbox. $3.50, $3.60, $3.60 range would be a major target here on Sandbox. Between the $3.50 and $3.60. We're getting reaction right there, and we're getting a reaction right there, guys. We are at the very, very low. I don't want to be bearish here at the extreme low. I want to be bullish. Maybe if we do get a bounce and we consolidate at this range, I am potentially going to be bearish at this zone. I am potentially going to be bearish. We got this lower high structure. Look at this. Lower high trend line, lower high, lower high. if I mean, probabilities of bouncing from this level is it's higher. It's much higher than getting a small bounce. Getting a small bounce is, there's a higher chance of this happening right now than actually breaking down, I think, especially if Bitcoin is going to have this potential price action to the upside. So yeah, expect Sandbox to get that reaction at that level. Okay, we are looking for this level. What level? $3.60 approximately in the next coming days. Watch out for this range. The price action, it might be a good short. We might be continuing to the upside because this is a big, massive double bottom, but we will analyze the situation there. But yeah, this is definitely a long in my opinion. You know, I don't want to be shorting all the way down here, especially finding strong support. But it is true that we are on a big macro trend. I would be interested in shorting as soon as we start seeing some of this kind of price action at these levels. I would say short here, long here. Obviously, I'm not telling you what to do. This is only my personal opinion here, looking at the chart. Oh, the amount of VPVR here is absolutely crazy. If I zoom in on the price action from November till today, the amount of VPVR here is absolutely crazy. This is why you are getting these solid bounces right there. It's going to be very hard work for the bears. You know, it's going to be millions of dollars to potentially break down this level. Billions of dollars. Bitcoin getting a little bit of pretty good pumpy action, I gotta say. Pretty good pumpy action. Stay cautious, guys, because we are potentially going to enter a short-term shorting opportunity zone at the 41. I mean, if in between this area and 41.5, yeah, approximately, even 42. Let me just zoom out here on the 4 hourly because, sorry, on the 2 hourly, I just want to take a look at some zones here. Yeah, not looking too bad. I think we could pump a little bit more. We can pump a little bit more. There's not much resistance above us just yet. And on the VPVR, we can clearly see that, you know, there's a big hole here. So I think that 41.5 today is very possible. Very possible today. Yes. Volume is pretty good. If we do correct from this range, this range is going to be looking pretty good. I like this level. This is a major level right there. If the price does correct right now, it might be good for longing. Obviously, you know, I'm only going to look for longs on the correction, shorts on the bounces, right, from support levels. I hope you guys can see the chart properly. Let's take a look. Shiba Inu. Okay, Shiba Inu. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at Shiba Inu. I did read the comment and did not take a look at Shiba Inu. This is the only thing I got for Shiba. Same thing for Shiba. I mean, this is an insane zone. Insane zone of point of control there. Big volume at this range. This is where we're consolidating. You got a consolidation here. This is where I got this red box. Maybe we are forming a bottom here for Shiba Inu. It is possible. And you know, reason number one is you are you are potentially creating a higher low right here. You are potentially creating a higher low. You got a slightly higher high right there. This looks pretty good. Shiba Inu is looking pretty good. Yeah, I think this one could get a bounce to the highs here. Watch out for Shiba Inu. We got higher highs right there, starting to create higher lows. So it's very, very possible this kind of momentum, slightly gaining this low, this lower high. That is one of what you want to see. You want to see people get extremely bullish once you regain this high. You're going to get rejected from this higher low trend line and then roll back down. Yeah, watch out. This is a very, very, potential move to the upside. I mean, I just want to get the channel here. It probably won't be perfect, but you can see here that you are having slightly higher highs right there. Let me just zoom in here so you guys can see it. Whoops. Let me just zoom in here so you guys can see it. 1 second. Right there. You are creating an ascending channel. Take a look at like this or like this. Expect Shiba Inu to have a surprising pump, maybe something like this, or something like this, could happen in the next coming days. It's getting heavily supported from this spike on the VPVR. Yeah, not much more to add here on Shiba Inu. Not looking too bad. Price action not looking too bad. 250 likes. Absolutely amazing, guys. Right. What about Nia and Gala? Let's take a look at Gala. Gala did have some good pumpy action. When was this? Right over here. Let's take a look at Gala on the 4 hourly. I think I haven't got much price data here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Take a look at some major zones. I mean, the pump on Gala back on November, it was absolutely insane. It was crazy. This one's looking pretty good. This one's looking pretty good. Hang on a second, I just want to check a couple of things. Oh, absolutely crazy. Yeah, this is basically... These highs are very likely going to be retested, I think. I will be looking at a potential harmonic pattern right there. This one's hitting almost a 618 there to perfection. The Fibonacci retracement and also and the 88 right there, 088, which is very, very... This is definitely for a harmonic pattern. You could see some pretty nasty bullish momentum here for a bearish Gartley, very similar to Bitcoin, where you are potentially going to regain these highs, and people are going to be becoming extremely bullish, and a lot of people talking about crypto again, because you're going to have some epic pumps of 50%, even 60-70%, some of them. And it might be just a gigantic bull trap in the immediate short term. So yeah, this is bullish. I'm looking at this chart and I don't see the bearish gaining strength to lose these lows with this kind of price action. They are holding nicely this level right over here. This level right over here is where we did consolidate nicely. We had a big consolidation. I'm talking about the $23-24 range. Once we broke down, we got rejected from it. What is happening right now is you're just having volatility below it. This is not a successful breakout. This is a confirmation, in my opinion, that the bears cannot break this range. You got a funny inverse head and shoulder right there. This is bears are getting exhausted at this major support level. and you are potentially going to create a slightly higher low, and you are going to see some pumpy action. A realistic target would be this one over here, regaining this high and then rolling back down. Same thing here, like a lot of them. You are potentially creating you have got an ascending channel. This would have been great if you, this is the good thing, once you have some highs and some lows, if you have 2 and 1, it's enough to potentially predict where the low can go. Because if you have these 2 highs right there, you have this high, you have this low, and this high. With this 2 highs, I explained this with Bitcoin the other day on a live stream. You connect this high and this one, and you can already have a channel, as you can see here. Now, when you have this price action and this one and this one, this price action to the downside, you could potentially predict where you are going to get supported. And it's basically from this high, you create a channel and you got this low over here. So you've also got, major support levels. You would be looking for long opportunities while you're falling here. And yeah, like I said, it's very, very likely, if we see Bitcoin hitting $47,000, we could maybe see Gala have, these altcoins, when they go, and they just take a couple of days to have some insane price action momentum. And I think this is very possible to happen, maybe this week or next week. It might be a little bit of volatility price action, but you could see those legs up here. You'll be regaining this high over here. You get people extremely bullish because you're saying, yes, we are getting above the last lower high, which is this one. So is it time to long? Yes, let's all jump into long position right over here. And this is, potentially going to be a big fat fake out. You are hitting the resistance from this channel. This is, you don't want to get trapped in this range because it might be pretty aggressive. So yeah, that's my take here. But overall, yeah, this is looking bullish. This looks like we are going to have that bullish momentum here in the next coming days. Maybe it might be this week, next week. So stay cautious on this. The only breakout at the moment is Terra Luna. Let's take a look at Luna because I was looking pretty good for potentially shorting Luna at about $85. I might be shorting this, guys, but the reason why I wouldn't short this right now is because of the potential bullish projection that Bitcoin has for the next week or two. We got a pretty nice bullish projection here on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does hit $47,000, Luna could be hitting, Luna could actually reach all-time highs if Bitcoin does pump, $6,000-$7,000 in the next coming days. So yeah, it's a risky short position. I would short. I'm maybe going to short this, guys. I will maybe short it on Bybit. I want to wait a little bit for the reaction. Wait a bit for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does hit 41,500, we got a big resistance at that level, guys. You know the deal. Looking at Bitcoin, 41, in between 41 and 42, basically. Look at this, a big hole on the price action. This is why you're getting this easy bullish momentum. This momentum will slow down at 41.5. It will slow down, and you're potentially going to get a consolidation at this range. Once Bitcoin hits this level, if Luna it is, because guys, I look at Bitcoin to trade altcoins. Because if you only look focusing on an altcoin and Bitcoin, if you are bullish on an altcoin and Bitcoin is looking bearish, forget about it, because you will get stopped out. I was going to say wrecked, but if you are a decent trader, if you know how to trade, you're not getting wrecked, you're just getting stopped out. So $85, if we do get Bitcoin at 41.45 and we stop there, and Luna gets to 45, 46, and we do stop there also and get a little bit of volatility, I think I'm gonna risk a short right there. Big resistance level. It's, you know, 6-1, 6-1-8, 6-5 Fibonacci here. We're currently above this range, but you know the deal. This is the moment where you do get that volatility, and then you potentially go down. And then you look at it in the future and you say, you know, we did hit this range and come back down. So anyway, that's my take here. Guys, how many likes for this amazing stream? We can get, you know, at least 350. Maybe by tomorrow it'll be 500. That'll be ideal. Let's take a look at Ethereum, of course. Yeah, let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum, guys. Right away, we're just about to hit $85 on Luna. Absolutely insane. Look at this. Luna's an absolute beast. Luna's an absolute beast. I wasn't expecting this pump, actually. I was looking this as an accumulation zone. It just didn't. It just took a few weeks. It was too fast. Too fast here on Luna. Let's take a look at Ethereum, guys, right away, and see what's going on with Ethereum. Ethereum has such a big resistance at 2,800. It's very hard for Ethereum to get above this range. Let's get another clean chart so I can look at the levels here with you guys. Some pretty impressive stuff here. This is looking at the daily on Ethereum. Is that the insane, I mean, the volume profile is just insane everywhere, really, for Ethereum. You don't have major gaps. But it is pretty clear that if we do get above 8,800, the jump all the way up to 3,150 is very likely. You can see this is a small gap here on VPVR. 8,800 has been a major range. Same for Ethereum, right? You kind of got these nasty lower highs, trend line from this range. You are creating a slightly higher low right there because you did get that reaction from this resistance. I mean, this is looking pretty bullish. This is looking pretty good. I mean, not insanely bullish, but you are getting the bulls defending this range, which looks very good. I think we could break 2,800 in the next coming days and regain these highs. I think it's very possible. I mean, the reason why I'm looking at this speculation and this analysis with this strong reaction of the bulls creating this higher low for a potential higher high, right, creation, is because of Bitcoin, guys. It is all because of Bitcoin. The main analysis is on Bitcoin. Then I can, you know, look at the potential scenarios in altcoins. Just doing altcoins without doing Bitcoin or traditional stocks is yeah, it's just not worth it, basically. Is it too late to hit the like button, says DJ Bravo? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, my man. You can hit it whenever you want. You can dislike the video. Nothing is, if you like it, much more appreciated, of course. Sometimes altcoins give you signals ahead for BTC if it's gonna be bullish or bearish. Yeah, this is also very true. I have seen altcoins, especially the large cap ones, big blockchain projects such as Solana, ADA, or some other big, you know, from the top 20. Or even Ethereum, you know. Ethereum was at one point, if the Ethereum BTC chart has more, it looks more bullish, that Ethereum can actually predict, you know, a bullish scenario for Bitcoin. Anyway, like I said, guys, stay cautious on BTC. We are going to start hitting a major level. I'm going to have a cleaning of the chart, guys, and I'm going to do levels, and I'm going to do a video of 10 minutes going straight to the point on why I see strong levels of resistance where we could potentially have rejection, strong levels of support where we could potentially bounce, and these are the zones where you want to enter trades. Of course, I'm not interested in longs right now. I'm talking about scalps or day trades or small swing trades. Obviously, I'm looking for longs for swing trades, of course, for the next few weeks. because of that potential scenario here on the Gartley and the top of this resistance channel. But for scalp opportunities, yeah, I'm not looking for longs at this level, at this range. Stay safe, guys. Let's see how we react at this range, basically at 41.8, 41.5. We are getting that insane bullish momentum. Oh wow, I mean, I don't know if this world situation, I'm not such a fundamentaler, I'm more of a chart analyst. But you could believe that that all of this situation worldwide that's happening in Eastern Europe might affect, it might be a good effect on Bitcoin and crypto in general, because of these Swift transactions being you guys know the deal. I don't want to talk too much because they're going to ban the video, the live stream. BTC is the clear bellwether for the entire crypto market. People are better off learning to trade and sticking to Bitcoin, says Nick. Yeah, absolutely true. Yeah, this is a thing. I have learned that way. I have learned to not trade altcoins that look bullish if Bitcoin looks bearish, because I have traded altcoins, long in altcoins while Bitcoin was bearish. And that was not a good idea. It never was. Only a very, very short period of time sometimes, but it doesn't work. Bitcoin leads the way. Ethereum maybe at some occasion. Russian millionaires buying up BTC, says Huffy. Yeah, I mean, very, very possible. I do believe this. I do believe this. But this is the thing, right? Because what could happen in the next coming weeks? There could be something really bullish on the news, which is going to be right at this level. And people might think, yeah, this was because, we got a bunch of Russians buying Bitcoin. This is why the Bitcoin price pumped. And it would be funny enough to take a look at this bearish Gartley, this ascending small channel, kind of predicting, with technical analysis, that we could get above that $46,000, this last lower high from this big macro bearish trend, and then potentially short here because we're getting massively rejected from this level because it's a big level. And that is potentially when we're going to have some, Russian billionaire buying Bitcoin or whatever. And we are potentially going to short that news because it's a big resistance range. And yeah, it will be funny. I have seen many, many cases of this, right? Where you do see big, massive bullish news and people say, yeah, technical analysis doesn't work. This was because, a bunch of billionaires bought Bitcoin. And anyway, it's really funny because I have seen, I do see technical analysis much more powerful than fundamental. Great, Andy, you should do that video. I will. I want to do a video. I want to clean the chart because I've got a big mess here right now. I've got a big mess, and get my levels right and actually explain on a video why I've got these levels on the chart. Right, guys, this is going to be it. Putin's days are numbered. His own people will start turning against him at this rate. Yeah, this is very true. I've been, a lot of people on the streets in Moscow that are really against this, guys. Thousands of people on the streets and getting detained by the police. Very sad to see, but yeah, this is the thing. I think the economic sanctions, I don't want to talk politics here, are really going to damage Russia's economy in the mid-long term. It might take some months, but yeah, the idea is that he can't fund, right, his military in the next coming months. But I guess he has a lot of reserves, and yeah, I don't know, guys. Never mind. Let's take a look at Rose on the chart. Why not? I'm very bullish on Rose. It's a great blockchain project. It's in a bear market, of course, like a lot of them. Like most of them, Oh, but we are hitting a very interesting level here on Rose. It is getting a little bit of that bullish reaction. Yep. Nothing too interesting on the RSI. Nothing too interesting on the volume. Broke this major trend, which was very, very sad. It had a very, very strong uptrend, as you can see on the daily chart. We broke the trend. Where are we bouncing? We are bouncing at the last all-time high back in March of 2021, which is absolutely insane. Look at this beautiful bounce. I think we could bounce all the way up to 28 cents. We're currently trading at 24 cents. This could be a very quick bounce here on Rose. We could bounce to those levels. Why those levels, Andy? Because it has been a very strong resistance and support there. We have a lot of volatility, a lot of support there. We've got the daily closes. It's a very important daily level here. You can see it right there on this price action. This might be a shorting opportunity. 28-29 cent level on Rose. You are hitting the resistance of the trend line in the next few days. Watch out, guys, because that could be an epic short position. You'll be definitely hitting at least the 50% fib level, or the 618 also. Yeah, everything aligns up that if we do hit that level, at 28-29 cents, you're hitting 618 on the Fibonacci levels. You're hitting the support trend line here. Wow, that's going to be it might be an epic short position right there. Big consolidations. This will be an epic short. Where should I short to? Is might be your question if we do get up there. Very good question. Well, you have to check out some support levels. I wouldn't short till the extreme low, but for a potential, I'll be looking at the 4-hourly chart, and you can already see that this is a major range. So if you did have that kind of price action and you consolidate here, if you're shorting that range, this is a very important level already. Where we're currently trading, we're currently breaking from that range, like an inverse head and shoulder right there. I do see Rose pumping to 28-29 cents in the next coming days. Very, very, very likely scenario. Unfortunately, I think you can't trade Rose on... Oh yeah, you can trade Rose right over here on Bybit, guys. Remember, on Bybit, you got an insane bonus down below, okay? Make sure to take advantage on that bonus. BTC pumping like crazy. We're finally reaching a major zone, guys. Major zone right now. Red alert on this zone. We're hitting the 618. I think we're going to probably slice through it from this high to the low. We got from this high, I prefer this one right over here. This ultimate high here from February. From the ultimate low. It's going to be interesting to see how we react to this range. This is perfectly hitting 618. You're hitting this consolidation from the 5th of February. You're hitting this major resistance. This support level, sorry, from the 12th to the 14th of February. Oh, watch out, guys. I wouldn't become bullish at this level. I would be looking for shorts right there. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe. My throat is a bit dry, guys. I'm going to leave you with it. Stay cautious. Wait for consolidations. Make sure to look at support resistance levels. Stay 500 watching at this moment. This is because the Bitcoin price is pumping like crazy. We've got people coming in right now. But I've been here. I've got my throat really, really dry. 100k BTC. Where we bought. Where bought? Andy, Luna almost hit $85. Yeah, I think this is the thing. I might be interested in shorting this. It's almost there. It's almost there. I think we could potentially slightly wick above this range and get heavily rejected. Oh, I think I'm going to short this, guys. I'm going to short Luna. I mean, there's also that scenario right over here. You can clearly see that this is a resistance level. You got this kind of price action. You got this kind of price action. I do really see like a massive big inverse head and shoulder, right? You are going to get rejected from this range. This is screaming for a short position. I think I'm going to take it, guys. Will I take it live here with you? Absolutely. Why not? Guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want an insane bonus on Bybit. You got it down below, okay? I will put a tight stop loss on this. I think this one's because it's going to be, because it is going to be, I'm going to put a little bit more leverage. It's going to be more of a scalp day trade. I don't think we're going to break above $90 here. I'm going to market enter here right away. And I'll put my stop loss 88. 88 is too much leverage right there. Guys, if you are an experienced trader, make sure to check out the insane bonus that there is down below. All right. And yeah, guys, this is going to be it for this episode. Okay. Stay extremely safe. We are going to start hitting big resistance levels on Bitcoin, on Luna also. Stay very, very cautious, guys. Bitcoin already getting rejected right there at the 41.2. Remember what we were talking about, this range. I think we could still pump. Okay, we might just consolidate here for a bit. We basically just hit the start of the big mountain on the VPVR, which is at that $41,000 range. Big resistance above us right now on Bitcoin. Stay cautious. Thank you very much, guys. I got 540 watching. Make sure to subscribe. It might be a lot of newcomers right now. I've been over an hour on this live stream. We're doing technical analysis here every single day on Bitcoin. Also doing live streams to take a look at a lot of the community's altcoins also. Check out Bitcoinsensus website. We have the latest news and technical analysis down below. South Korea places a huge investment to create a metaverse ecosystem. You definitely want to read that article on the Bitcoinsensus website. Totally free information. You know the deal also. You got the best bonuses down below, guys. On Bybit, Femex, and PrimeXBT. It's another way to support the channel because, of course, I do get a small commission. This is not a secret, okay? But you get the best bonus. I got tutorials also in the description. Video tutorials down below. Thank you, guys. Join all our socials. Join the Telegram group. You can tag me there sometimes. Subscribe to the channel. I am out of here, guys. Stay safe.